What's up, everybody? Last week I unboxed my new air fryer and then immediately persisted to ruin a perfectly good New York strip. So in today's video, I am seeking redemption. I'm gonna do it the right way, and I'll show you how I should have done it last week. So let's get cooking. Alright, so like I said, I should have done this way last week. I don't know why I didn't, but here we are. So I have a same size New York strip. To keep this process the same, we're going to use the same hardcore carnivore seasoning, and we are going to use my ThermoPro twin temp spike to let us know when to pull this out. And you know, as long as I'm using these relatively same sized steaks, I won't have to use this every time. I'll find exactly for this specific air fryer how hot I need to put it for how long. And I think what had happened was what I had memorized from my old air fryer is no two devices are the same. So 10 minutes at 400 on that toaster style air fryer probably worked. Well, it did work, and this is different, so we're going to find that out. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy going and get a cutting board over here. One of the reasons that making a steak in an air fryer is so important to me is this is a wonderful, quick way to get protein. Winter is approaching, and winter is my time of the year that I usually start doing more house projects. And this is just, it's so easy. It requires very little planning, very little time. It's pretty much perfect every time, except when you're mixing things up like me. And I have it down to even making it easy on the seasoning. So this stuff here is the most flavorful, wonderful seasoning I found, especially for New York strips. However, do not use it as a marinade because it uses activated charcoal in it. It will dry out your steak if you set it on there for too long. And actually it says on the directions, pat your favorite meats dry with a paper towel, then apply rub liberally just before cooking. So that's good advice. We're going to take it. We're not going to overcomplicate it. There's that. And we're going to just get it on there. I absolutely love this stuff. You gotta try it. It's wonderful. Just get all the sides here. Kind of take the corners and mop up what's on the cutting board. There's that. Let's go ahead and get this preheated. We're gonna go air fry. I want to go to the 400 mark. And we're going to set it to 10 minutes like we did last week, but we're going to know that we're not going to use that, and the ThermoPro twin temp spike is what's going to help us. Let's get this preheated here, and it's pretty simple. We're just going to take a probe out and wait for it to connect. Sorry, white, duh. And you see this little black line? You want to stop there. I'm going to keep it nice and centered. Stop at the line. This part of the probe is your ambient temperature, and what is in the meat is your meat. This is going to continue to go down a little bit. This is adjusting. We're going to go ahead and when this says to add food, I'm going to put the thermometer and the steak in the basket, and I'm going to take it to 132. We're going to give it a nice rest. After it reaches 132, it'll probably creep up to 135 degrees internal. That's a nice medium rare. If that's not where you like your steak, you pull it whenever you want. You know, the things you never talk about are your favorite brand of truck and where you like your steak. So we're not going to argue about that. The number one reason that a person thinks they can't cook is when he or she follows a recipe written by someone using their own cookware or appliances, and yours does not have the same calibration. Well, if I had used my ThermoPro Twin Temp Spike last week with my new air fryer, I wouldn't have overshot my steak. With the standalone booster, I have a truly wireless monitoring system with twin probes and dual sensors that provide me with an accurate reading for both internal and ambient temperature. Use the Smart app or just read the display on the booster and remove any guesswork when trying new recipes or testing out new appliances. Use my affiliate link down below and stock up on the most affordable and accurate thermometers that I've been trusting for years. There's 131. Show this camera. I think this camera is actively failing right now. There's 133. It skipped with 3 minutes left on the dial. So there, we got to 132 in 7 minutes. Hit that cancel button. There's that. Now, if you season this with just salt and pepper, it's not going to look like you're used to on a grilled steak. So what you can do is, if you're aiming for 135, go lower, sear it, let it rest, cut into it. I'm gonna let this rest here, and then we're gonna slice it open and see how we're doing. All right, it's been a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead. Make sure that it's cool enough to pull out. A little tender still, but there you have it. Gorgeous. Let's see. Look at all those juices. You can just see them. That's where I want it to be at. I might need to give that a little more time, huh? Oh my God. Mm-hmm. 400 for 7 minutes. That's the sweet spot. So now that I have my updated temp and time for my new air fryer, I don't necessarily have to use the Twin Temp Spike every single time, but for a foolproof way of not doing what I did last week, it's a fantastic option. I should have done it last week. No, I didn't do it on purpose to stage it. I just got a little overconfident in myself. The single greatest thing you can do for yourself when cooking is to cook to temp, not time. I'm going to show you more in these coming weeks about what I do with my ThermoPros regarding cooking to temp, not time, including things like how you can read temperature for perfect baking. And actually, I got a little treat in the mail the other week. This, I don't know if you can tell, hasn't been opened yet. ThermoPro sent me the Temp Spike Plus. I believe it's a Twin Temp Spike Plus. Next week, we're going to unbox that bad boy, and we're going to take it on its maiden voyage. We're going to make deli meat in part of a 3-part series where we make deli meat, and then we bake our own bread. And then I also accidentally bought a meat slicer, and we're going to make homemade sandwiches. So stick around for that 3-part series. I thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. Go get you some ThermoPro stuff. Use the link below. All right, guys, until next week, be well. I'll eat some more of this steak. I don't know if you guys heard her or not, but Sadie's behind me and she just let out a in frustration.